Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name's Shadowwraith, and today we're going to be going over Legion of Azgorh, whatever, okay, Chaos Dwarves, yeah. Basically the point of this video is I did buy an army of Forge World of these guys. Yeah, I know, nuts, I don't have that much money, so I shouldn't have done it already, but I don't care, because they're cool and they look cool. But yeah, I just thought, I didn't see that much on here, i.e. YouTube, about this lovely Legion. So I thought I'd just give my take on it. And, I mean, first off, they're cool. I love the way they look. And, yeah, they're cool. I really like them. And they play quite nicely too. I mean, I wouldn't say they are top tier at all. They're probably quite low. I don't know, mid. We'll go mid tier, in my opinion, in my expert Age of Sigmar opinion, which isn't that high. But yeah, I'm just going to go over it, what they can do. And where's best to start? Probably their battle traits, okay? So, what their battle traits are. They have Black Shard armor, and basically what that does is the first wound you take in combat or shooting phase is negated, so you ignore the first wound. So that's, I mean, it's okay. You save yourself a Chaos Dwarf. Or, I mean, on your leaders, yeah, sure. They probably stack up. Like, after, 5 turns, you save yourself 5 wounds or 5 dudes. Awesome. That's not bad. Then you've got Burning Skies. And basically what that is in the movement phase, if an enemy unit can fly and move more than 6 inches, roll a dice. On a 4+, the enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. On a 6+, however, they suffer D3 instead. That's a nice little bit of damage that could possibly happen, 50-50 chance. It's kind of like if you roll really well, you could do 5 wounds to something. If you roll extremely well, you can do 15 wounds to something. So that's rolling 6s by 5s or 6s. So yeah, it's quite nice. Can't say it's really won me a game, but it's pretty good. I am planning on playing these guys, so I will keep you updated on how the games go with them. My next game, tomorrow, I'm going to be using them. So, I will put a video up about it. And I will put a Lord of the Rings video up as well, because I always do a Lord of the Rings video when I can. Because I absolutely love me a Middle-earth strategy battle game. Because it's the only game I'm good at. Anyway, they've got their own spells. Well, spell. Their spell is called Fireball. And I bet you can guess what that does. It's a casting value of 5. Pick one enemy unit within 18 inches. And that is visible. And if it consists of 1 model, it suffers 1 mortal wound. If it has 2 models to 9 models, it suffers D3. And if it has 10 or more, it suffers D6. So it's pretty good. It's a good smite. It's a better smite. So yeah, not very good at killing off heroes. So smite's better for that. But it's good at, well, potentially gooder at killing bigger blobs. So yeah, sure, no dramas with that. Right, we'll go over the command traits. You don't get many, but luckily you do have the Malayan Sorceries book, so you can dip into that. And, yeah. I mean, there's loads in there for you. I'm not going to go over them. That'll be another video, maybe. So, the first trait, number 1 out of 3, a mighty 3 command traits. You can have Contemptuous. You can reroll wound rolls of 1 for attacks made by this general. That's okay. Not bad. Not great. Not bad. Then you got Relentless. After this general has fought in each combat phase for the first time within 3 inches of an enemy hero, so, yeah, or monster, roll a dice. On a 5+, it can make a pile-in move and then attack with all its melee weapons it's armed with for a second time. So that is fantastic. That is really, really good. And I do use that. And it has done some good stuff. But it does need a 5+. So, 1 in 3 chance of getting it. But I'll take that. Then the third one is also quite good. Probably the best one, in my opinion. It's Grotesque. Subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks made with melee weapons that target this general. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Depends what you bring as a general. If you're bringing something that's going to get stuck in, happy days. If you want to make your, I don't know, some priest, some wizard, your warlord, then maybe not so good because he's probably going to get shot at more than he's going to be in combat. So yeah, I mean, they're more combat-y ones. All of these are more combat-y ones. So you want to stick it on someone who can punch stuff in the face, unless you go to the reference Malayan Sorceries book and pick something else. So yeah. Now, we've got Artifacts of Power. Again, remember you've got the Malayan Sorceries. Can you even pick command traits from Malayan Sorceries? I think you can. Someone has against me. If they can't, they were cheating. But I don't care because I won anyway. So, you've got 3 again. You've got the Black Hammer of Hashut. Cool. Pick one of the berries' melee weapons. Melee. You can reroll hit rolls for attacks made with that weapon. Not bad. Not bad. So, I mean, you can go, Contemptuous. So, rerolling 1s to wound and rerolling all your failed hit rolls. Oh, it just says reroll hit rolls. So, sweet. Okay. Then you got the, oh my god, Armor of Bazherak the Cruel. Roll a dice each time you allocate a wound or mortal wound to the bearer. On a 5+, that wound or mortal wound is negated. Fantastic. Disgustingly Resilient. Love Disgustingly Resilient. Always bring it. Would 100% recommend it. It is awesome. 5 up save. It's perfect. 6 up, ignore it. 5 up all the way. Okay? Happy with that. And then you've got the Chalice of Blood and Darkness. Cheesy voice still coming out. I'm trying to stop it, sorry. Once per battle, at the start of the enemy hero phase, the bearer can use this artifact. If they do so, roll a dice for every enemy wizard within 13 inches of the bearer. On a 4+, reduce the number of spells the enemy wizard can attempt to cast in that hero phase by 1. So that's pretty nice. And I don't know if this has been FAQ'd. I don't think it has. Not that I have checked, but that was about 3 months ago, so don't take this as like gospel, but it doesn't say to a minimum of 1, so yeah, okay, so you can stop, if he's got a lot of wizards that can cast 1 spell, like battle mages or something, you can tell them to do 1 on a 4 up. That's pretty good, not bad. Not bad at all. Now jumping in, you got the big bad boy on his bull, brazen bull, Drazharoth the Ashen. And he's okay. He's pretty pants actually. No, I'm joking. He's okay. I'll go with basic things. He's got fully up, like no wounds suffered. He's got movement of 5, which he can fly. 13 wounds, bravery of 8, and a 4+ save. So, yeah, not too bad. And he's a named character, so you can't give him anything to help him out. Yeah. His ranged attack is absolute pants. 16-inch range, which isn't far. 6 attacks, 4s and 4s, no rend, 1 damage. Absolute pants. Yeah, worthless. You've got the Graven Brazier, I don't know, his weapon. 1-inch range, 1 attack, 4+ to hit, so you're not going to hit, 2+ to wound, so if you do hit, you'll probably roll a 1. -1 rend, that's it, -1, 3 damage. For a 1-hit attack, hitting on a 4, winning on 2, -1, you expect a bit more damage. I do, anyway. That's, yeah. Then he's got the brazen horns and teeth of big lad he's riding. A Bell Taurus, it's called. It's got, 2 attacks, 3s to hit, 3s to wound, -2, a mighty 3 damage. This is fully upgraded, no wound suffered. He goes down to D3 and then just 1. So, yeah. And then you got the Burning Hooves, fully upgraded, healthy. He's got 6 attacks, 4s, 3s, -1, 1 damage. Pants. So, I mean, I don't know if you want to do the math hammer of his maximum wounds he can output, but it's not that high. Not that high. Just with the attacks, though. So, let's jump onto the abilities. So, we're not done with him yet. He's not absolutely useless just yet until we read through these. So he's got Blazing Body. At the start of the combat phase, roll 1 dice for each enemy unit within 3. On a 4+, they suffer 1 mortal wound. Fantastic. Awesome. No problem. My Plague Monks can do that. He's got Blood Rage. You can reroll wound rolls for attacks made with the Brazen Horns and Teeth if you charge. So you're re-rolling the 3 pluses to hit. Oh, is it? Or, yeah. Oh, just wound rolls. Yeah, re-rolling 3 pluses. And then you've got the Hellshard Amulet. Roll a dice each time you allocate a wound inflicted. On a 5+, the wound is negated. And then you deal 1 mortal wound back to them. So, yeah. Only in melee, though. Melee. Close combat. So, yeah, that's pretty pants. I mean, it's okay, actually. I mean, if they chuck a load of attacks and you take a bunch of wounds and roll a bunch of 5+, you could do some damage. So he's getting better. He's getting better. He's a prophet of ash and flame. So add 1 to casting rolls for this model if the battle is being fought in Aquesh, the realm of fire. So these guys are all from the realm of fire. Right, that's useless, okay? Absolutely useless. Unless you... Yeah, sure. And then he's got his spell. So his spell is Flames of Azgorh. It's got a casting value of 8, which is stupidly high. If you do get it off somehow, pick 1 enemy unit within 18 inches of the caster. That unit suffers d6 mortal wounds, so 6 or 1, you know. In addition, subtract 1 from the unit's bravery characteristic until the end of the turn. Useless. You might as well just smite. I mean, he can cast 2 spells and unbind 2. So he knows Arcane Bolt, Mystic Shield, and this spell. And then, of course, he knows Fireball. So definitely do Fireball instead. I mean, that spell's not great. Then his command ability, Lord of the Black Fortress. You can use his ability at the start of the Battle Shock phase. And basically, they don't take Battle Shock if they're wholly within 24 inches of this model. Yeah, not a massive buff. It's okay. I'll take it. No Battle Shock. That's fine. Okay? Sure. Okay, so, yeah, we'll just go... I'll just tell you how many points he is. He is a whopping 320 points. Like, I've got the model, and I regret it. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's pretty pants, isn't he? He doesn't do anything. 320 points is absolutely bonkers. Yeah. Like, if he buffed all my men up and stuff like that, I get it, but no. Ignore Battle Shot. Anyway, yeah. I think he's absolute pants. Would not recommend. Then you got the Demon Smith. And now the Demon Smith, this is where you want to put your money. Okay, Demon Smiths are absolutely fantastic. They're 100 points, which is what I'd expect. I mean, they're rubbish dwarf movement of 4, 5 wounds, which is not bad. 4 up save, bravery 7. So yeah, bravery 7. Okay. Their attacks, I mean, you don't really need to care about their attacks. They've got a 6-inch ranged attack, which basically is you roll a dice on a 2+. They suffer d3 mortal wounds. If the target is a war machine, it suffers d6 mortal wounds. So yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it probably won't come into it too much, but it's not bad. And it's got he's got Dark Forged weapons, which is 2 attacks, 3s followed by 3s, -1, d3 damage. Awesome. And then he's got his staff, which is 1 attack, 4s, 3s, -1, 3 damage. So he is pretty decent in combat, actually, for like a caster. Now that's not why you bring him, okay? He's got Enscrolled Armor, so he adds 1 to unbinding rolls. And if 1 or more wounds have been allocated to this model, so yeah, he gets angry with people, so he gets +1 to unbinding if he takes a wound. And he can cast 1 spell and unbind 1 spell. So yeah, he knows the usual 2, plus Storm of Ash, or Ash Storm. It's a casting value of 6, which isn't too bad. You pick 1 enemy unit within 36 inches. That's an insane range. And you subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks made by that unit. And the unit cannot run. That is a fantastic spell. It is so good. Absolutely brilliant. Always bring at least one Demon Smith. So good. Okay, so that's Demon Prince, Demon Smith. Now we've got the other name character, which is Shator, the Executioner. And he is what are they called? I'll say Bull Centaur. Okay, there you go. He has got a movement of 7, 8 wounds, a 4+ save, which is not bad. Bravery of 8, okay. And he's got his Darktide Axe. And basically, before I go over that, I'll say his Darktide Reaping ability. So if he rolls an unmodified hit roll of a 6, it inflicts 1 mortal wound in addition. So any 6 you roll, you get a mortal wound on top. But he's got 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, -2, 3 damage. That is absolutely nuts. That is crazy. Yeah. Yeah. So you can do 15 damage. That's not bad. And then he's got his Crushing Hooves. So, I mean, and his axe is 2-inch range, so you can hit over your guys as well. His Crushing Hooves are only 1 inch, but they're 4 attacks, 4s, 3s, no rend, 1 damage. So that's okay. That's not too bad. But if you charge, if you made a charge move with this unit, it doesn't do 1 damage, it does D3. This guy's a powerhouse. He's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You just add 1 to charge rolls as well. So yeah, he's really good. And then he's got an ability called Mask of the Executioner. At the start of your hero phase, you can pick 1 enemy unit within 8 inches of this model and roll a dice. On a 1 or 2, nothing happens, but a 3 to 5, that enemy unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. On a 6, it's D6. So, his potential putting out damage is awesome. The only downside is, he's 220 points. Okay? Like, that's quite a lot. I mean, I get it, you can do quite a lot, so I'm not going to complain too much, but it seems quite a lot to me. So, moving on from him, he's a must-take. I'd bring him all day long. His command ability, Lord of the Bahal. You use it in the charge phase, at the start of your charge phase. And you can re-roll charge rolls for friendly Bahal units. They're all the, big bull centaur dudes. And you can re-roll hit rolls of 1 made by the Crushing Hooves of Bahal units, as long as they're wholly within 24 inches of this model in the subsequent combat phase. So yeah. So basically 24 inches, they can re-roll charge rolls, and then if they're still within 24 inches, they get to re-roll 1s to hit with their hooves. So yeah, it's not bad. Now we're going to jump into their basic heroes. So you got the Infernal God Castellan. He's okay. Move 4, 5 wounds, 4 up save, bravery 8. He's got a pistol, which is an 8-inch range. And if you roll an unmodified hit roll of a 6, it inflicts 1 mortal wound in addition to normal damage. But it hits on 4s, -1, 1 damage, so not great. And he's got his Dark Forge weapons, which is 4 attacks, 1-inch reach, of course. 3s to hit, 3s to wound, -1, 2 damage. That's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. I'll take that. And his command ability is you pick 1 enemy unit within 12 inches of a friendly model with this command ability, so himself. Until the start of your next hero phase, add 1 to wound rolls made from Legion of Azgorh units. So that's all your I think that's everyone. Let me just double check. Yeah, that's everyone in your army. Add 1 to wound rolls. That's pretty crazy. So, I mean, you're now wounding on 2s if you pick the target that you're in combat with. For your normal dudes, you're wounding them on 3s, which is okay. That's not too bad. So yeah, I'd bring him. Why not? And then you've got the Battle Standard Bearer, the Infernal Guard one. Same stats, apart from he's Bravery 7 instead of 8. And he's got 2 attacks with his Dark Forge weapons. 3s, -1, 2 damage. Not bad. And he's got the Black Banner of Malice. Add 1 to the bravery characteristics of friendly Legions of Azgorh, whilst they're wholly within 18. In addition, you can reroll wound rolls of 1. So, as long as they're wholly within 18. That's pretty good. I'll take that. Reroll wound rolls of 1. Happy days. All day long. So, if you debuff a unit to make them +1 to wound for your guys, you'll be wounding them on 3s with your normal sword and board dwarves, rerolling 1s. So only 2s really miss. That's not bad. On top of that, you got your bull centaur renderers, or renders, and they wound on 3, so it'd be wounding on 2s, rerolling 1s. Awesome combo. Absolutely awesome combo. So, yeah, bring one of them. Then, you've got the Infernal Guard Fireglaves. Right, these are your riflemen, basically, for dwarves. So, like your Thunderers. Are Thunderers even a thing? I don't think they even are. But everyone knows what a Thunderer is, yeah? Dwarf with a gun. They've got a move of 4, 1 wound, 4 up save, current bravery of 6. So 6 is pretty enough. So I get why we've got the ignore battle shock with our big guy. But still, the amount of command abilities out there that give you ignore battle shock just for being near the guy anyway, and reroll to wound or something like that is, yeah, we're not going to get into that. They've got, I'm not going to say this right, just to warn you, Prelock Fireglaive, which is their rifles. They've got a whopping 16-inch range for a rifle. Absolute trash. 1 shot, 4s to hit, 4s to wound, -1, 1 damage. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I think it can be 3s to wound if the, it's 3s to wound if you've debuffed them with your Castellan. So, they're okay. But any natural roll of a 6, you inflict 1 mortal wound in addition. Okay? And you can re-roll hit rolls of 1 if you didn't move in the same turn. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay? They're okay. I mean, you want lots of them to do anything decent. And then you got your Board and Sword dwarves, the Infernal Guard Ironsworn. They're move 4, 1 wound, 4 up save, bravery 6. So, not great bravery, but save's okay. They've all got pistols, I think? Have they? Nah, it's got to be just the captain, or the El Capitan. It's just the Ironsworn Death Mask. So, he comes with his Ash Steel hand weapon and a spike shield, or he can have the hand weapon and a pistol. So I give him the pistol because why not? Okay, why wouldn't you? The pistol's the same as the other pistols, or guns basically. It's an 8-inch range though, 1 attack, 4's -1, 1 damage, natural 6 does a mortal wound in addition. Then you've got the icon of Domination Bearers. 1 model can be the icon bearer. Add 1 to the bravery. That's it. So they're bravery 7, not bad. Then you got the drummer. Add 1 to run rolls for that unit. That's pants. I mean, you're going to be running with dwarves because they move really slow, but that's still pants. And then you've got their spike shields, and this is where they get a little bit better. If the unmodified save roll for an attack with a melee weapon that targets a unit that carries a spike shield is a 6, the attacking unit suffers a mortal wound. That can be absolutely horrific, especially if they chuck like clan rats at you, 30 of. So you might lose that unit, but you just roll all these dice and just watch the 6s, and you're killing clan rats back. It's really good. Then we're going to go over their Ash Steel hand weapons. I'll go over really quickly because it's the same as all the other Ash Steel hand weapons pretty much. They have 1 attack, 1-inch reach, 3s to hit, 4s to wound, -1, 1 damage. Not bad. Not bad. But this is where we get to the good stuff. This is the meaty stuff. This is the stuff that I go for, right? You've got the Bull Centaur Torrock. Yeah, you got to roll the tongue on that. He is a Bull Centaur unnamed hero. And this is the guy you want to give relics to. Okay? Or artifacts and stuff. And make him your warlord. Definitely. He's got a movement of 7, which is okay. Wounds 7, that's pretty nuts. 4 up save, and bravery 7. So that's really good. He's got a Dark Forge great weapon, which is 1-inch range, 5 attacks, 3s to hit, 3s to wound, -2, 3 damage. That is absolutely nuts, absolutely bonkers. That is 15 damage from the one guy. And you pretty much can rely you're going to get most of it through, because you've got buffs to give him re-rolling 1s to hit. You can be +1 to wound, re-rolling 1s. Yeah, nuts. Yeah, he's got the Crushing Hooves, which is 3 attacks, 4s and 4s, no rend, 1 damage. But he's got Trample Gore ability, which is the +1 to charge rolls. In addition, if you charge, it does D3 damage instead of 1 for the hooves. Awesome, no dramas, happy days. And his command ability is Favour of the Burning God. You can use his command ability at the start of the combat phase. If you do, pick for one friendly model with his command ability. So himself, add 1 to hit rolls made by Valhalla units. What's the holy within 12? Yeah. So just, as long as they're all together, they're all +1 to hit. And that's going to be nuts. Yeah, absolutely nuts. So he's definitely worth bringing. Now, moving on to the guys he goes with. They are Bull Centaur Renders. They've got move 7, 5 wounds, 4 up save, bravery 6. They've got Dark Forge weapons. So these are range 1, 3 attacks, 4s to hit, 3s to wound, -1, 2 damage. That's not too bad. That is not too bad. Okay? Not at all. And of course, with all the buffs, you can make them, 3s to hit, rerolling 1s, 2s to wounds, rerolling 1s, -1, 2 damage. Awesome. They've got spike shields, so they've got the same as the infantry. If you roll an unmodified save of a roll of a 6, the attacking unit suffers 1 mortal wound. And then they've got the Trample and Gore ability. +1 charge, D3 damage for the hooves if you charge. That's not bad. That's not bad. And now we've got the last unit that isn't a war machine. We've got, how do I say that? Kidari. That was horrendous. I butchered that. Fireborn. We'll call them Fireborns. They're made of fire, okay? They've got a move of 8, 4 wounds, 5 up save, which cannot be modified positively or negatively. So they've got ethereal, basically, like Nighthorn. And they've got bravery of 6. They attack with a Burning Irons, which is a 3-inch range weapon. That is awesome. 5 attacks each. 3s, 4s, no rend, D3 damage. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Yeah, and then they've got Kiss of Fire, which is a special ability. At the end of the combat phase, roll 1 dice for each enemy unit within 3. On a 2+, they suffer 1 mortal wound. I mean, I'll take it, but it's not great. Okay? It's not amazing, let's be honest. Especially when you've got things that can charge, like the Ogre Maul tribes now, and they do like insane mortal wounds, or the Skull Crushers or Blood Crushers that can get mortal wounds for free per model in that unit. Yeah, anyway. Now we've got the artillery. And this is more what they're about. They do like their artillery. So you've got the Deathstreaker rocket launcher, which is a classic weapon from them, the Chaos Dwarves. I'm not going to go over the stats, like the wounds, really. I mean, I can do, I guess. Move 3, 6 wounds, 4 up save, bravery 6. There you go. They're Deathstreaker rockets, however. Okay. They've got a range of 36 inches, 3 attacks, 4s to hit, which is pants, and 3s to wound, -1, D3 damage. So, yeah, they're okay. They're okay. Not great, not rubbish. And then they got their rubbish weapons that all crews have, which are 3 attacks, 4s and 4s, no rend, 1 damage. Their abilities, however, they've got Death from on High. Death from on High. Right, that was weird to read. This model, Deathstreak rockets, can target enemy models that are not visible. Awesome. In addition, add 1 to hit rolls if the target has 5 or more models. So you're hitting on 3s. That's a bit better. Okay? That's a bit better. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's a bit better. And then Infernal Engineers. Here we go. Add 1 to the attack characteristics of this model if you've got a Demon Smith within 3. Awesome. So they got 4 shots. So still not great, but still not terrible. And then there's Siege Artillery as well, so it cannot run or make a charge move. In addition, add 1 to save rolls for attacks made by missile weapons that target this model. Not bad, not bad. I'll go over the points at the end, okay? Then you've got the Iron Demon War Engine. And it's pretty good in combat, yeah. So it's got a steam cannon. Well, we'll go over the move first. So at 4 wounds, it has got a movement of 10. It's got 11 wounds, a 3 up save, and bravery 7. So this thing's pretty tanky. I like it. I like it. So the steam cannonade, it's a range of 14, 2d6 attacks, so potentially be good or pants. Hits on 4s, wounds on 3s, -2, 1 damage. So that's not bad. That's not bad getting heavily armoured things out of the way. And then it's got its crushing bulk, which is range 1. This is its close combat attacks. It starts off with 6 attacks, going down to 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. 4s and 4s, no rend, 2 damage. Not amazing. So yeah. Carriage Hauler. It's an ability it's got. At the start of the movement phase, you can pick one friendly Death Shrieker rocket launcher, magma cannon, or Dreadquake mortar unit within 1 inch of this model. If you do so, it can use the model's move characteristics during the movement phase, as long as it's within 1 inch of the model at the end of the movement phase. So it can drag stuff along with it. I mean, okay. It's because everything else got a 3-inch move. So that's pretty handy if you need to reposition quickly. And then more power. In your shooting phase, you can change the attack characteristic of this model's steam cannonade from 2d6 to 3d6 or 4d6. However, if you do so and the roll is a 12+, the model suffers d3 mortal wounds after all the attacks have been resolved. That's awesome. That makes it much better. 4d6 attacks, hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s, possibly 2s if they've been debuffed in your own range, because this is Legion of Azgorh with the buff. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. -2 round 1 damage. So it has potential. Then you've got the Magma Cannon. So again, 3-inch move. It's only got 6 wounds, 4 up save, bravery 6. And it's Magma Blast. It's got an 18-inch range. And basically what it does is you roll a dice and you add 1 to the roll if the unit has 10 or more models. On a roll of a 3+, the target unit suffers the number of mortal wounds equal to the roll. So it's D6 mortal wounds. Okay, there you go. Awesome. But you ignore 1 and 2. That's not too bad. Okay. You can add 6 inches to the range characteristics of this model if it's near a Demon Smith. Okay, so Magma Cannon's okay. And then the Dreadquake Mortar. Again, this is a classic, kind of like the Earthshaker Mortar, I think it was called. Or was it called a Dreadquake? My brain's not working. You know the one I mean, with the Chaos Doors, with the flat kind of like top hats. So, what this is, it's got a 3-inch move, 10 wounds, so a bit tankier, 4+ save, 6 bravery. And its Dreadquake Bombs has a range of 40 inches. There we go. Now we're talking about range. And artillery here. It's got 1 shot. That is horrific. That hurts my soul. Anyway, hits on a 4, wounds on 3, -2 d6 damage. Ugh. Okay. Don't worry, that's not it, but like, yeah. That's pretty bad. And then you got the improvised weapons, which are pants, 3 attacks, 4s, no rend, 1 damage. And then you got Fist and Chains, which is 2 attacks, 4s and 3s, -1, 1 damage. Ooh, not bad. It's got a Slave Ogre attached to it, basically. So you've got Cruel Overlords. When this model is picked to shoot in your shooting phase, you can say the Slave Master is lashing the Slave Ogre. If you do so, roll a dice. On a 1 or 2, the unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. And if it's not slain, it can shoot normally. On a 3+, add 1 to the attack characteristics of the Dreadquake Bombs. So, it goes from 2 shots. That's not bad. That's really good. So, that makes it much better. Just a shame about that 4+ to hit. But this is where it changes. Add 1 to the hit rolls if you're within 3 of a friendly Demon Smith. So it's hitting on 3s. Now it's becoming good. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. You've got the Quake Blast with it. And basically, this model's Dreadquake Bomb can target enemy units that are not visible to them. Yeah, awesome. In addition, you can re-roll the dice that determines the damage characteristic of the Dreadquake Bomb if the target has 10 or more models in it. That is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. The amount of times that I get bonuses to hit a 10+ size model unit and then roll a 1 on the d6 is ridiculous. I will take that all day. I'd re-roll damage than hit all day long. Siege Artillery, it cannot run. Okay, basically any +1 from missile attacks to its armor save. And then we've got what? 1 more unit. And the video's gone on way longer than I expected. Wow. Okay, I only meant to cover a couple. So you've got the Skullcracker War Engine. And this is the proper combat-y one. It's got a move of 10 inches on full wounds. Full wounds is 11. 3 up save, bravery 7. It's got hammers and picks. and it has a 3-inch range, which is phenomenal, so you can attack over your dwarves. 2d6 attacks, 3s to hit, 3s to wound, -1 d3 damage. Awesome. You can get, like, the potential output is insane. Obviously, you could roll a double on it and do absolutely nothing, but the potential is fantastic. And then it's got its crushing bulk, which gets 6 attacks, 4s and 4s, no rend, 2 damage. So that's really good if you're going against hordes of grots with no armor. Fantastic. Okay, moving on. We've got the abilities. Beaten into scrap. You can re-roll wound rolls for attack made by this model's hammer and picks if it targets a war machine. So it likes eating war machines. So I'm pretty sure a steam tank is a war machine. But other than that, you can beat up like lightning cannons and stuff, whatever you want. That's not bad. That's not bad. You've got carriage haulers, so it's exactly the same as the other one that can drag other artillery pieces along with it. And then more power. Here we go. In your combat phase, you can change the attack characteristics from 2d6 to 3d6 or 4d6. However, if you do so and roll a 12+, this model suffers d3 mortal wounds. Who cares? That is a ridiculous amount of damage you can put out. 4d6 all the way. Like, yeah, do it. I would. Who cares? Okay, and then you've got the War Scroll Battalions. Right, I used 2 of these so far, and they're okay. Now, you've got the Black Shard Warhost, which is 1 Infernal Guard Castellan. You're going to want to bring one anyway. 1 Infernal Guard Battle Stand Bearer. He's okay. 2 units of Infernal Guard Iron Sworn, which is the Sword and Boar Dwarves. And then you've got the 2 units of Infernal Guard Fireglaves, which is your gunners. Add 1 to the bravery characteristics for units from this battalion. In addition, you can reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made by melee weapons. That's as long as it hasn't moved in the movement phase. So that's not too bad. That's okay. But the reason you bring these is for extra relics. So, hey ho. Then you've got the Hashut's Wrath Artillery Train. And what you need is 1 Demon Smith, which you're going to need to bring anyway, 1 Demon War Engine, and any 3 models chosen from the following. So the Deathstreaker rocket launchers, Magma Cannon, Dreadquake Mortar, or the Iron Demon War Engine. So, yeah, cool. And units from this battalion with the Infernal Engineer's ability can benefit from that ability as long as the Demon Smith from the same battalion is on the battlefield. So yeah, they don't need to stay with them. That's awesome. That's really good. The amount of buffs you get for having a Demon Smith near them is perfect. So if you're going to bring artillery, definitely bring that. And then you get the Execution Herd. I love this one. I do bring this one. You need Shartok the Executioner, 1 Bull Centaur Rock, and 3 units of Bull Centaur Renders. And their ability you get is Marked for Death. So after setup is complete, but once the battle begins, before the battle begins, I beg your pardon, pick 1 enemy unit to be marked for death. You can reroll hit rolls for attacks made by this unit from this battalion that target that unit. If that unit is destroyed, you can choose a new unit to be marked for death in your next hero phase. And you can keep doing that. That is nuts. You can have a pain train just going through destroying everything. And mind you, you can make these guys, +1 to wound as well? And all the other buffs I mentioned previously. You can do some pretty nasty stuff. So basically, if you've got your non-named Bull Centaur hero and use his command ability, you give them all +1 to hit. So they're now hitting on 3s, which they're re-rolling against the Mark for Death unit. And then if you've used the Infernal Guards Castellan's Martial Contempt command ability, you are +1 to wound, so you're wounding them on 2s. And then if they're near the Infernal Guard Battle Standard Bearer, you are re-rolling 1s for wound rolls. So, yeah, you can do some pretty good damage with them. Absolutely. So, the last thing I'm going to go over is quickly how many points. Really, really quick. So, the Deathstreaker rocket is 120 points, which isn't bad, because it's probably trash anyway. Dreadquake Mortar, 180. So, yeah, I can see that. It's got some good damage output. Magma Cannon, 140. I probably wouldn't bother bringing that. The Infernal Guard Ironsworn are only 90 points for 10, so they're cheap as chips. Absolutely fantastic. 240 though if you bring them as a blob of 30, so even cheaper. Then the Iron Demon War Engine is 180, so that's quite cheap. The Bull Centaur Turok is only 160 points. I think that is cheap as chips for what he can do. He's the one that gives you like +1 to hit for all your Bull Centaurs. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Bring him. Demon Smith, like I said, 100 points. The Battle Standard Bearer is only 100 points. And then the Infernal Guard Castellan is 120 points. So not too expensive either. And then you've got Sharot the Executioner, who's 220. Quite expensive. I've gone over big lad. But the Bull Centaur Renderers, right? They are 180 points for 3, or a blob of 12, 640. And they count as battle line if the army general is Sharot the Executioner. That's awesome. That is awesome. The only other battle line you've got is your Infernal Guard Ironsworn and the Fireglaives. So your normal dwarves. So yeah, that works. And the Fireglaves, talking of them, are 100 points for 10, so a bit more expensive for reasons. Yeah. And then the War Scroll Battalions, you've got 160 points for the Black Shard one, so that's for all the infantry, the dwarfies. The Execution Herd, which I'm definitely always bringing, 160 points. And 120 for the artillery one, which is quite cheap, actually. Oh, and the fireborn unit, 140 for 3, 480 for 12. Anyway, that's it. Legion of Azgorh. I will be updating how my Legion does as often as I can. Obviously, I can't go outside at the moment, but I will still be running them, and the list I actually own here. So, no dramas with that. Thank you ever so much for listening. And this has been a bit of a long one, but hey ho, needed to be done. It's my first review, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.